like glowing. If you're getting them, I'm getting them. Hi, hello, and welcome to The Bookish Life.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Tori. And in today's episode, we're going to be chatting about our recent reads, literally just books that we read recently that we want to talk about. Could be 4-star, could be 5-star. Just what clicked with us and what we're loving.
Oh, so only good books. You didn't say that.
I mean, if you want to, I haven't had like any super bad books. Have you?
I've only had like a few 3-star reads, so they weren't like horrible, but
Okay.
I was expecting more.
I do have one DNF that I probably might talk about, but who knows?
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll start positive.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start positive. So we're filming this on February 2nd. I am confident to say that House of Flame and Shadow is one of our favorite books, both of ours, of January. Yeah, House of Flame and Shadow. That was a good one for both of us.
We both read it literally in a day. It's 835 pages. We finished in a day.
Mm-hmm. I'm still recovering. Like, I'm still tired.
Oh, are you? No, I made sure to get a solid 8 hours of sleep last night, and I feel really good. But the day after was rough because we both got 5 hours of sleep. No, you slept didn't you? The day after?
I slept till 9 because my brother called me. So I went to bed at 2. So I got 8 hours of sleep. And I got 8 hours last night. But like for some reason, I still like my body is like exhausted. I had to take a nap today and I haven't taken a nap in a very long time.
It was emotionally exhausting, I will say.
Yes.
That book. I was like, how do I move on from this story?
You definitely go on a emotional journey. Like and from page 1.
Yes. We're going to have an entire episode about it. So we will definitely get more into our thoughts. But we both loved it. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that your favorite read of January? I was trying to decide. I need to make my graphic. I don't know what I want to put as my favorite read. I read so many good books.
In my reading journal, it's my top read of the month.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just because of the everything. Like from page 1, you're emotionally invested.
That's true. And like it was nonstop.
Yeah. Next week will be our spoilery episode. So we'll chat about all of our spoilery thoughts and the emotional turmoil that Sarah J. Maas put us through with that book.
Yes. She is a mastermind, like literally.
What was another favorite of January for you?
If we go backwards from my reading, my next previous 5-star was Ashes of You by Catherine Cowles, which comes out in February, but we both read an arc in January. And we both gave it 5 stars. Is it your favorite of the series now? Did it beat Shadows?
No, they're tied.
Okay. It's tied for me with Echoes. So
yeah.
It was good.
It was good, but like Shadows is also single parent. And the kid was younger. Like she's younger in that book.
Then he has a son that's her age, but his other 2 are older.
Yes. So I just liked like her being like the only child, and it was just like different. It's like different single parents. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
Suspense was my like from the prologue. I was obsessed with the suspense because it has to do with a serial unaliver. Like at the end, I don't even remember if I like caught on or not. I feel like I figured out who it was like right before, and like that was on purpose because you're like, oh my god, wait a second, and then you're like, oh my god. So it was good.
Yeah, I still have not guessed the who did it in a Catherine Cowles book.
I feel like I was super thrown off in Shadows because I like for sure thought I knew who it was, and I thought this other character was gonna be something else for the series, and then I was like, are you kidding me? So she is a mastermind at romantic suspense. I love it so much. And the romance was so good. It has really great anxiety rep, which you had talked about. So
yeah, no, I teared up just because like, I mean, any type of rep when it's like, it hits close to you, like you've experienced something similar, it hits more. I don't know, but I loved it. It was great. I was so sure I knew the who did it. Like I was so fucking sure.
You were texting me as you were reading, and I was literally ignoring you because I didn't want to ruin anything. You're like, is it this person? Is it this person? And I'm like, I'm not saying
I literally thought I was so sure this time, like really sure. Nope, I wasn't. I didn't get it. That one was also a really good one. I love the audiobook. I listened to the ALC of it. It was good.
Yeah, I listened to the audio too. It was really good. And my next one is one we also both read an arc of in January that doesn't come out until February. And that is Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling, which is dark academia, sapphic Medusa retelling. Yeah. And is so beautiful. I love that book.
Yeah. I did say this in my wrap up, and we talked about this earlier today, that like I feel like people are going to be more harsh in their ratings because it's a sapphic romance. And I feel like it's not fair because like I feel like MM romance doesn't always get that same like harshness. Critiques. Yeah. I don't know. It's like it's a revenge plot, but it's not like super bully. I mean, she kind of is a bully at first. Like, not really. It's like a moment where she's like, I'm going to be mean. And then she's like, actually not.
But it's more like of a like tease to like seduce her because it is a revenge plot. Like she wants revenge on the president of the university for something that happened. And the other heroine is the president's daughter. And so she's like, I'm going to get back at the mom by seducing her daughter. And they fall in love. And like revenge plots, a very common trope in dark romances. It's not bully though. So
no, my 5 stars comes from the character development from both of the women in the book. And as a woman, I could relate to both of them in like separate ways.
Yeah.
So it was really, I don't know, like it was more of a character driven book. And like, I really love the development like of both of them.
But like it hits so hard, like just addressing living in a woman in our society because we both just watched American Nightmare. And on Netflix, and like a huge message or takeaway from that documentary is that women are never taken seriously when they are the victim, and that is exactly what happens in this book. And I think it's such an important message, and Gianna just like hit it on the head with that one. So yeah,
like you really see the toll it takes on one of the characters that she's not believed, and it goes so much deeper than I think a lot of people realize. So I think she wrapped it with all of those things up really nicely in a book. Like there's a lot that she hit with the characters, with what happened and their growth and the romance and all of that. She did it really well in my opinion.
And it's just beautiful. It's dark academia, so there's a lot of like literature involved, and the writing is just so pretty. And there's like a lot of Shakespeare, and I love it. I loved it so much.
It's literally like the perfect vibe for Gianna. Like
it is.
The way that she writes, the flowy floweriness that she writes is like perfect for dark academia. And I don't know, now I'm in the dark academia. I just have like 3 books lined up I want to read now.
Well, and you are reading like dark, what did you call it for your fantasy?
Gothic fantasy?
Gothic fantasy, yeah. You can go ahead and talk about those books. I'm assuming you were going to bring them up.
Yeah.
Which I haven't read yet.
I really like, I didn't realize I liked Gothic fantasy. I thought it'd be like too dark for me or I wouldn't like enjoy it. But One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig was another, both of those, it's a duet. And it's a 5-star. It was one of the 5-star reads I read in January at some point. But I listened to the audiobook and the narrator is just one narrator, but there's all these different points of views. And she did such a good job. And it was, I don't know, so atmospheric that like I felt the same way reading. It's not dark academia because it's not like academia, but it is dark in that Gothic way. Yeah. And I don't know, it's just a vibe. That's what I like. It's what I'm wanting. I have Gothic fantasy lined up. Yeah, and then I have a couple dark academia that I want to read.
Have you read you've read Ninth House? That's the only other dark academia I've read.
Yeah, I read that like 2 or 3 years ago, and I feel like I missed something. I was confused by that. I gave it 3 stars. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. I don't understand. I listened to the audiobook, and the past to present mixed me up because they don't differentiate.
Oh, true. Okay, that's fair.
So I was hella confused. Hella confused.
That's why I don't listen to fantasy on audio, because I feel like I'm going to get really, really, really confused and not pay enough attention to it. So, because I listened to the audiobook of Throne of Glass this month. I've already started book 2. So like I'm further than I've ever been before in the Throne of Glass series. And I'm loving book 2 a lot. Book 1 I gave 4 stars again. But that was my 3rd reread of the book trying to start this series. So yeah.
I feel like a lot of people give book 1 4 stars. So that's like a fair point.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very YA. But
well, who's your favorite character so far that you've met?
So I'm aware of Kale's reputation. Okay. But I really, really like him in the first and so far second book. I'm just like, I feel like Dorian gets his way all the time. And because Kale's not royalty, he's just like the royal's best friend. He's just kind of like pushed to the side. But he cares so much about Selena. I mean, like, I feel like we don't have really that many other characters. We literally have Selena, Kale, Dorian, and then that royal that she's friends with, that girl. And that's all we have. But like all the characters that I know from the series, just from people talking, haven't shown up yet. So...
yeah, that's why book 3 is my favorite. I can't wait.
Okay. So they all show up in book 3?
No, not all of them, but my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite character does.
Okay.
I'm so happy. I'm ready. I know you're vlogging, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready for the vlogs for that.
Okay. I also haven't heard about like character deaths or anything, so I have no idea if it is like a sad series. Like, I know people cry, but I'm like, because they're sad or they're happy. I don't know.
They go through it. A lot of the characters go through it. Like, I would say like Rune and Hunt in Crescent City 3 go through.
Oh, really?
It. Kind of, yes.
Okay.
In a different way. Like, she loves to torture her characters, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So we have 2 more that we both loved and gave 5 stars.
Which one?
Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov.
Yes.
Yes. That one's a small town. He is a fighter, boxer. I never know what to call them. He's a boxer. They hate each other because her family did something to him. She has no idea, but that's why he's always hated her. And she has a coffee shop next to his gym, so they see each other a lot. And then she's helping his diet because he has to train for this like huge fight. It was so good. I listened to the audiobook literally in one day. It was so good.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like, I grabbed the audiobook on release day and I listened to the whole thing. I could not put it down. I haven't read a fighter romance. And I say fighter because I put like boxers and like MMA fighters because they are similar. They're 2 different. Yeah. They fight, but in different ways. So I put them all together. Anyway.
I mean, like athletes.
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but the like enemies to friends to lovers dynamic in that book just got me so much.
And there was like touch her and you die because she was like, well, I want some like self-defense training. He's like, why? It's like,
who did this to you? Yeah, it was literally so fucking good. I love that one.
Yeah, and there was a lot to this though. Like, she was dealing with a lot with her family and her brother, and then he had a really cool like found family friend group that would text, because Laura does a lot of like family in her series, and so this one doesn't have that, but it has a friend group, and they're basically like brothers. So
I love every single one of those guys.
And one of them's a single dad because he was really close with the son.
Listen, that is going to get me the next book, I think, is the tattooed lawyer.
Ooh, okay.
Because
I never remember
Wild
the character
River.
names. Okay.
Wild River, and his name is River. And he's tattooed, and he's a lawyer. And if you guys know me, I love lawyer romances, and he's tattooed, and I know it's going to be good. Like, literally, like, this series is, like, built for me. It has, like, all of my favorite things in it. I'm ready. I cannot wait for her. Cannot wait for the rest of the books. So good. Cannot wait.
She's just going to, like, continue to do better and better and better with every release, and it's going to be so good.
Who was the other one? I can't think of the other one that we both read.
Twilight of Embers by Tessa Hale. Guess who liked a Why Choose Romance? And I've been saying it the entire time that Why Choose Romances are so good. And you're always like, but I always have a favorite, and I always wanted to be with one person.
Yes.
Which right. I know you have a favorite in this series, but
I do.
But the book is so good.
So the other Why Choose that I read was Pucking Around. That was in December, which was also a really good one because I went through literally each character and I was like, okay, I like her with this one. And then I'm like, no, now I like her with this one. And then I get it. Like, I get the dynamic at the end, and that's a long book, but it needs to be, okay? Now with this book, I wouldn't say like the Why Choose element kicked in like 100% because she does have 2 of the guys that like don't like her.
Yes. So it's a trilogy.
Yeah, so it's a first in a trilogy.
Yeah. And she's just like slowly developing relationships with each one. And some are more willing than others.
Yes. And I think that's why it reminds me of Pucking Around because she's like developing the relationship with like each one separately.
Yeah. But that's what makes them so good. Like, I like a Why Choose where like the relationships are all really unique but work all together. But it's fated mates. So that's why like some of the guys are like, I don't want to be with you, but like they don't have choice. So... yeah.
And I like fated mates. Like, in romanticy, Fated Mates, something about that just like, oh, it takes it to a next level. I love like mates, fated mates, whatever. So yeah, I love this. I do have a favorite character. I love him because he's like this Viking huge guy, and he just like snuggles her. He just snuggles her neck. Like that's the first thing he did when he met her. I loved it. Oh, I love him so much.
And there's dragon shifters too. And yeah,
they're bad.
Really
they're
good.
pretty badass. It's really cool. But it doesn't
so
end on a major cliffhanger, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how dare she? How dare she do this?
But the next one comes out April, so like they are pretty close
Thank
together.
God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because that was rough. Because I was like, that's it. Literally, the audiobook was like, thank you for listening. And I'm like, excuse me. Excuse me.
But I mean,
need to
series
know.
typically do that when they're about the same couple, especially like paranormal and fantasy.
Yeah.
Huge cliffhanger.
What are some like honorable mentions for January that you might have?
Not an honorable mention, but like one of my favorites is Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which you have to read. That is probably a favorite of the year. I loved it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so good.
good.
I will say my audiobook still has 5 weeks left at my library. Like some of them are going
Just
more than
read.
others, and I don't understand why.
Does your library not have the ebook?
It's still 5 week wait. They're both 5 weeks. I know. And I refuse to buy the Kindle version, and I do not want to buy the paperback or hardback until I know I like it. Like I'm really trying hard not to.
The hardback, they had the Barnes & Noble special edition back in stock on Barnes & Noble of the hardback.
The pink one?
Yeah.
Is it still in there?
I have no idea.
Why didn't you tell me this?
I forgot. It was like 2 days ago, but there were 3 different people messaged me because I was looking for it. Someone traded me for my paperback, and I was like, absolutely yes. Like I like hardbacks over paperbacks.
But I want the pink one. Like I will buy the pink one.
It's on Barnes & Noble's website. Okay, you yell at me saying you don't want to buy books, and then you get mad at me when I don't tell you about things.
Yeah, like the good ones, the good books. Come on.
You still haven't read it yet, so I wasn't sure. It's so good though. It's fantasy. It's like competition. She's falling for the son of the king, who's the second son, so he's basically like the king's assassin kind of person.
You're lying.
And
what was there?
but then you probably have to. Oh,
it'll be available for shipping on February 23rd, 2024.
But you can order it now?
Yeah. Okay, I added it to my cart. I'll check out later. Okay.
So you're gonna probably have to add stuff for free shipping.
I have to add $40 worth of stuff.
I thought it was $25.
Not on Barnes and Noble.
$30.
I don't have a membership. I mean, I can log into your account.
Get me my rewards points.
I gave you the rewards for House of Flame and Shadow when I got it.
Yeah, thank you. Every time I go in, I have another $5 off. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And I never use it because she was like, oh, you have a $5 off coupon. I was like, no, I'll save it.
Thanks.
Yeah. The lady at the counter knows because this is like the 3rd time that I've checked out with this lady.
Yeah.
And the first time she got the email wrong. And so I had to like spell it out. She's like, oh yeah, I remember this email. Okay. Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't have like a location and they just like let you.
No. I had 5-star historical, Rain Heath.
I'm reading that right now. Did I tell you that?
Yes.
I'm
How far are
listening to
you?
the audiobook. I'm like 30% in. It's really good.
Did you get to like a certain part?
Yeah, I did. And I was like, oh. And then she lied about it. And I was like, oh. That's like one of my favorite tropes. That one specifically.
Listen, this is why I was telling you to read this fucking book.
But like nobody, I mean, it is a spoiler and nobody has said that. And I'm like,
I said it in my wrap up.
oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Were you saying that? I put wrap ups on while I work and I like half listen. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
It's so good. But she's
yeah, that
writing
was a good historical.
this like really, I don't know what word you would use. Like
explicit?
I guess you'd use explicit,
Scandalous.
like racy for the time, scandalous book.
Yeah.
And it's like about her time with him in the past. And he finally read it. He's like, you wrote this about us. But she's like anonymous. And she's in the middle of writing the second part. Yeah, because they were engaged before. But I want to know why he broke off the engagement, because he dumped her at the altar.
That took me by surprise. That's when I teared up. I was like, I don't know how he did that. Yeah.
Okay. Because they obviously really liked each other.
Keep on reading. I love Lorraine. He's so fucking much. Oh my God.
I didn't tell you.
What?
I bought I bought some special editions on a Facebook group of the Crescent City books. I mean, it was a little expensive, but I was like, yes.
The Illumicrate?
The Fairy Loot ones.
With the dust jacket?
They're not the ones with like the reversible dust jacket. They have like the embossing on the cover and like the moons on the pages.
Yeah. Okay. How much was that?
I paid $260.
Okay, that's not bad.
My budget was $250. I talked to like 3 different people first, and they're like, it's 250 pounds, which is like $340, and without shipping from the UK. I was like, no, I'm trying to go. And then someone else was like $350, and I was like, no, I'm trying to stay under $250. And they're like good luck. And I was like, okay. But I had seen people say they got it for like $250, $275, like a little bit ago, like a couple weeks ago. So this last person told me they had it, and they're like $260 shipped, and I was like, okay, yes, send me photos.
That's actually a really good price. So
yeah,
I don't blame you.
I was going to stick to it too. I was like, I'm not being tempted by these $350 because they're like $600 on Mercari right now, which is insane. So, and then someone else told me they had the other set for 230 pounds, which is like $280 for the other box. And I was like, I'm not going to drop $500 in one day on
the same book. The same
so
book.
And I told Alexis, I was like, I'm just going to do one set. I won't try to get the other one. Yeah, but I did.
If you get that other set, you're going to have 4 editions of this book. The hardbacks, the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, the Illumicrate, and Fairy Loot, if you get all 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a very good series, so.
Yeah, but then I have to worry. I don't know if I'll ask her. Like when they sell the 3rd one, it'll be like really hard to get.
Yeah.
For subscribers, but we'll see.
Yeah. You could do it. It's fine.
But they're not selling it until next year because they want people to buy the hardbacks right now and not the special editions.
Yeah. No,
anyways, I forgot to tell you, and I wanted to tell you that. So.
Okay.
Another 5-star read is Requiem by Callie Hart, which you read, and I'm like a year and a half later.
In your vlog, you were like, Tori read this. This is one of her favorite books of 2022. Like you're a little late.
Yeah. And I only read it because it was my Patreon pick that Kimberly submitted. But
I'm glad you loved it, though.
It was so good.
I knew you would. It's one of your favorite tropes.
Yeah. But like also the way he was just like so madly in love with her. I love that in a book. But not like they like still had stuff like that they couldn't be together. Like I don't want them to just like be happy and in love. But it was like, oh, he would do anything for her.
Literally, he would do anything for her. It was
so
angsty, too. Yeah. I forgot about that. It's been so long since I read it.
Oh, it was so good. So good.
You had a lot of 5 stars.
I had 7.
I had 11.
But you had 11?
Mm-hmm.
I read 23 books and I had 7 5-stars.
I read 18 and I had 11.
Look at you.
I know. My average rating was like 4.39 for the month.
Well, so the first book you read in the month was a 5-star read, and I need to read that. Fear
of the Flames, yeah. That was a good one. That's Dragon Shifters. No, it's not. It's dragons. It's a fantasy. Nope. It's a romantasy with dragons. Jesus. Oh my God, that took forever to get out.
Like, I don't know where you're going, but...
Yeah, she was a badass in that book. She's like one of those fantasy female characters that truly is like a badass.
Yeah.
And it was just fun to jump in and see her already like strong and powerful.
Yeah.
And go after what she wanted. It was great.
I'm excited. Was the romance good?
Oh, yeah. He's like equal. He's like the man version of her. Like he's just as not powerful, but like just as strong, independent. Like they both have to ally together because they're from technically 2 different kingdoms. And they know like what they like are both on the same page. They're like, all right, let's go forward. It's really
good to read it.
Yeah. It definitely ends on a cliffhanger, but
longer than you have, but it's fine.
Yeah. I asked you if you wanted me to wait, and you said, no, go ahead, read it. I don't know when I'm going to read it. And yep, I was right.
It's true.
I was right. I'm trying to think of other books that I read. Let me pull up. Oh,
the other 5-star read I had was House of Sky and Breath reread.
Yeah, that was one. I reread 2 books. I read Devil in Winter by Lisa Kleypas, which is one of my favorite historicals. And then I reread House of Sky and Breath.
One that's probably going to be a 5-star that I haven't finished is Through the Glen by Samantha Young. I'm 60% in. I started it at the end of the month. That's book 3 in her series. And she's a crime novelist, but like with a pen name, so no one knows she does it, but like 2 people, and the hero's a screenwriter, and they like have to live together in this little cottage while they're like working. It's really good.
Interesting. I'm waiting for that series to go on Hoopla because her other series is on Hoopla. I only had 2 4-star reads in the month though.
What were they?
Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which I read that arc.
It's not Omegaverse though, is it? Because so many people are saying it's Omegaverse.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, I think you're wrong, but
it is very interesting the way that she wrote it. And I had like, I nitpicked a little bit about the pacing of the story, but overall it was an enjoyable read. Like I had a great time with it. So I would definitely pick up the next book because she set up the next book and I was like, oh shit.
I didn't know it was a series.
I didn't know either, but yeah, no, she set up the next couple. And then I read Dante by Sadie Kincaid, which is a mafia romance. That was my other 4-star.
I need to read Sadie Kincaid. She's always in the top 100.
Yeah, that was a fun book. I realized too. So the next book is their sister, his sister. It's Joey, but they call her, that's her nickname. Her real name's Josephina. Is it Josephina? Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, something like that. And the next book is Lorenzo. And actually in Dante, he has a wife and his wife has cancer.
Is she going to die?
And then I read the blurb for his book and I was like, oh, fuck. So yeah, he has to love again after losing his wife. And I was like, that book might wreck me because I was very attached to her in this book.
Be sad.
Yeah.
A 4-star read for me was Psycho Shifters by Jasmine Mass, which is a Why Choose shifter romance. It was really fun. The writing was not the best. Like she was very repetitive in like phrases and like things she said. I was like, yes, you've told us this 4 times already in this book, but it was fun. I liked it.
You read that Elle Thorpe series in December too, didn't you?
Oh my God, that was so good. Yeah. Yeah.
The one
I need to
time
get you more
complete,
Why Choose.
But I need like the good ones because it'll just ruin it for me if it's not like super good.
I mean, those were super like romantic suspense heavy because it took place at a prison. And they're trying to figure out who murdered her sister because it wasn't him and he was framed for it. And the audiobooks were all in my library and they were very short. So that's why like literally Christmas Day I was listening to a prison Why Choose romance while doing a Christmas puzzle. One that was like fine, but not 5 stars for me, which I thought it was going to be Butcher and Blackbird by Brynn Weaver. You loved it. I thought it was just like too cute of a romance to be serial killers.
But that's like, isn't that so funny that they are like so fucking adorable together, but yet they literally go and kill people?
No, because like also it was just like very friends to lovers and neither one of them was making a move and I was like, this is annoying.
That's literally one of my favorite things. That's why I love Friends to Lovers. It was so good. Okay.
Yeah.
The accidental cannibalism, come on.
And the ice cream.
It was disgusting. I mean, it was just so bizarre that I was like, this
and
is
the pacing
the best.
was just like years were going by in the book and I didn't love that. I was like, speed it up a little bit. Like
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But it like took all that time for them to like.
I know, and his like restaurant that he named after her, like it was cute. But I was like,
are you gonna read the next book?
Kill people. Yeah. I mean, I still gave it 4 stars, but I was like expecting to be wholly obsessed with it because I love like those kind of romances, like psychopath romance.
I feel like you had the too high of an expectation going in. I didn't really have any going in.
Because I read it after everyone read it and I was like, everybody loves it. Like everybody gives it 5 stars. So
yeah.
You know what else that I liked? God of Fury by Rena Kent. Which I'm so shocked. Are you gonna read it?
I don't know. Me and Rena Kent just don't vibe.
I don't vibe with Rena Kent either, and this one was so good.
I know you said it had a lot of mental. It had a lot of mental health stuff.
A lot of mental health stuff, yes.
So I'm like, maybe.
And it's not bully.
I have to noodle on it a little bit more.
It was just like such a heartbreakingly beautiful romance by the end. The beginning was like, this is fine, but.
What did Lacey give it?
4 stars.
Oh, okay.
I think she did.
I missed your live show, so.
Of course you did.
Okay.
When's the last time you read one of my book club books?
I picked, what fucking book are you reading for February?
Book of Azrael.
I put that on my February TBR.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I read them, but I just don't go to the live show. When's the last time you read any of the live shows I'm participating in?
I read Crescent City.
That's because it was our live show. You literally put it together. Are you going to watch my Boys of Tommen one? No, because you hadn't read those 2 books.
No, I don't want to be spoiled. You want me to watch and be spoiled?
No. I just want you to read the books already.
I will. I have to catch up on the
Magnolia
books before the new one comes out.
Listen, I'm currently rereading Long Way Home. Oh my God. I'm like 25% and 30% in, and it is so emotional.
Does that have the footnotes?
No, Daisy's other footnotes.
Okay.
I
don't know how the footnotes work in the audio.
You know, I'm oh God, it's so good.
But I'm
so
nervous.
Emotional.
I'm so nervous for book 3.
Like literally just popping in that audiobook, like from like, I haven't read those books for a while. It's been a while since I read those, right? But literally just like you just jump right into these characters and it's like perfect. Perfect.
They're
I
just
love
going
it
to
so
destroy
fucking
me,
much.
and I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Same with the Boys of Tommen. Like, you want me to be emotionally traumatized with all these
Jess
books
said that.
love.
Jess from Honest Fiction said that Redeeming Six is one of her favorite books of 2024.
I haven't made it past book 1.
Sobbing. She was like, I don't know how I'm not going to sob in our live show.
Anything else? All of mine were just fine. All the rest of them.
Yeah. I just had like other 3 stars where I was like, One was a cowboy romance, which you said we're going to leave in 2023.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
I finally read Claire Kent, which I know a lot of people love her. So
Christy was telling me in my reading sprints last night to read Hold.
That's what I read.
Did you like it?
I give it 4 stars. I mean, but like it was a novella, so I wanted like the end to be more developed, but that's good.
I'm looking at my nails. Look how cute they are.
I have to get mine done for Valentine's Day. Cute. I was gonna get a design done, so did they paint that or is that like a sticker?
No, they painted it.
Pretty. I see.
There you go.
What sweatshirt are you wearing?
Oh, you can't see.
Oh, that one. Okay.
I don't have as many sweatshirts as you do. I just rotate through the same ones.
I have too many.
You do.
But I want to get that La Habra one. I haven't ordered it yet.
I do want to. I showed Brandon that and he was like, yeah, it's cute. Who is that? And I was like, it's La Habra. It's La Habra. She's a little fire sprite. He was like, okay.
I'm so excited. It's so cute.
I don't have any more books to talk about though. I just had like okay books like after that, like just 3 stars.
But already some favorites of the year, which is good.
Yeah. I'm excited for my February excited for my TBR for February. It took me a second to realize what I said. I'm excited
and
for
then
us.
I'm demanding Christy sit down with me and tell me everything she was telling you that you couldn't tell me. I'm very annoyed.
She has a lot of fucking theories. She's like a Volt for the Sarah J. Maas universe. Like she picked up on so many little things and I was like, oh, Christy. Like she was just going in our text and I was just like, oh my God, I didn't piece that together. I didn't piece that. Like so much.
Well, I'm only like 80 pages in to Crown of Midnight and I've already found 2 things that I sent you and I was like, oh, look at this. I was like,
I didn't even realize those 2 things either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad you're getting into it. Now you can call yourself a real Sarah J. Maas fan.
People are going to yell at us if we get in this fight again, so.
Oh, yeah.
No gatekeeping here.
No gatekeeping. This was a fun episode. Yeah. I'm excited for our next one, though. We're going to talk all the spoilers for Christmas
Try not to cry.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even like closed down my recap for my Patreon vlog yet because I know I might tear up.
Literally, I started like tearing up talking about that ending. I was like, I'm literally crying right now. So good. Alexis finished, by the way, so I was talking to her about it today. She really liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah. 2 days to finish, but.
That's still really quick.
3? Was it last? No, it was the night before. She finished 2 nights. So yeah, she took 2 days to finish.
Yeah, because you told me on like Wednesday she woke up and she was already on page 500.
Yeah, and then she stayed up late to finish. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating. It definitely helps. Let us know what you thought about the podcast. For the emoji, what kind of emoji?
Stars. fire for House of Flame and Shadow?
We did that last time.
Did we do fire last time?
For theories.
Let's do a star. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed our bookish life, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.